Hey everybody, it's Jamie. Thank you for joining us in our latest episode in our Dev Diary series, where today we're going to be talking about situational stats. And as always, I really appreciate all of you joining us for these videos because here at Geeked Out Basketball, we're building the world's best deep tactical basketball simulation game. It's Football Manager for basketball because hardcore basketball sim gamers like all of you, you need your game too. So with that, let's jump in. And yeah, this is a special midweek dev diary. You know, I typically release on the weekends, typically on Sundays, but have one for you today because we're able to put in, I think, a pretty cool feature that you all are going to enjoy. It's situational stats, and so right now the situational stats are focused on the three main situations that you can force in your game plan. Like we consider standard situations to be running your half court offense, right? So you get the rebound, you hold up, you let the players go up court, and then you walk in and or dribble the ball up, call an offensive play. The defense sets in either man or zone, and then the play executes. Special situations are where you can force different types of things, right? Like, and our main three that we have right now are half court traps, full court presses, and then to the level that you want to push fast breaks. And those are set via these sliders here in the game plan screen. And then especially for traps and presses. And then you set your fast break frequencies via the tempo setting on the offense side. And so, you know, how much do you want to run half court sets versus fast breaks? And you can go 100% either way, a straight 50-50, or this is more of a 75-25 skew. So the way I think about these special situations are in a number of ways, really. So let's maybe even step back and start with how do I think about half-court offenses in this game? So half-court offenses are the foundation of the game. It's where theoretically most of the game's turns are going to take place. And it's really just going to be what kind of strategy do you have in place with your play calling, but even more so, just, you know, how talented are your players offensively and defensively? It's kind of just a great way just to kind of go talent on talent, strategy on strategy, and just execute it in this contained half-court set. What traps, presses, and fast breaks do in this game is they give you different pitches, kind of using a baseball analogy. It's not going to be all fastballs, right? Put some changeups in there, put some sliders in there, put some curveballs in there. Traps, presses, and fast breaks are going to allow you to maybe, let's say you have a talent disadvantage, maybe you want to push the tempo then and just force some unexpected situations with fast breaks or just get a lot of transitions going. Maybe your team has a significantly higher endurance, you know, better endurance factors than your opponent. So you can gain an advantage by pushing the pace with these traps, presses, and fast breaks to wear them down quicker. One little side note, if you're going to play that game, but you still want to get your players some rest, in other situations, if I'm going to dial up traps and presses and fast breaks to something like this, fours across the board, sometimes that'll complement well by going zone maxed out because your players are going to get fatigued less playing zone when your opponent's in a half-court set than when they're playing man. Or if you're playing as four corners, as I am in this example, they're the team who's made to run and gun in this game. Almost all of their players have high endurance. And there's some other things that are put in here as well, too, that as we get more into the lore of the game or the narratives behind each of these teams, one thing to learn about four corners is their location is actually at a higher elevation. Think of like Denver in the NFL. And so how teams get fatigued a little bit faster when they play at Invesco Field, formerly Mile High Stadium. It's a similar aspect here. Opponents fatigue a bit faster when when Four Corners Harvest are hosting a game. So that's a little thing to consider there as well. And then honestly, like traps and presses are just kind of, you know, if you can spot a weakness with your opponent's ball handling, you can force the issue there. You'll spot some other trends that take place where these special situations may make a lot of sense for you to run. But for now, I'm gonna I've already simmed 1/4 of this game. I'm going to sim the second quarter and kind of pay attention to how we're tracking these situational stats. But I'm going to put fast breaks at a 75-25 advantage. And then I'm going to keep traps and presses at 2s right in the middle. Because one thing you'll find, if you really push traps and presses more, you run the potential of getting fewer half court sets, which is going to give us fewer opportunities for defensive rebounds and a fast break. So I just kind of want to, from your opponent, so I want to keep the balance here so we can kind of see a multitude of turns. And then one thing I want to jump back into is where we're actually tracking these situational stats is in the box score screen. And we track these on a team level and a player level. So what we've done down here, there's this column right below team stats in the box score where we're tracking the amount of points you get off fast breaks, also the points off turnovers. So these are the points you get when you directly make a steal and then immediately score a basket off of that. We aren't tracking, let's say you force a steal and then you enter a half court set and then you get points off that half court set. Those are not being tracked. I'm going to consider adding those, or maybe it'd be even like points off steals, points off turnovers, and points off steals would be a subset of points off turnovers. If you all think that would be helpful, go ahead and let me know in the comments. And if you think that depth of stat tracking would be insightful for you, or just a little bit of extra noise. I personally think would be insightful, but I geek out over stats way too much. And then the other place that we can track situational stats is for the player level. And so if you click on the player's name in the box score, you get a situational stat tracker, which comes up, and these are all things specific to this player. So here you're going to see the way to read these is for fast breaks, traps, and presses, how many have they been involved in? And then to the right of the hash is what is the team's success rate when that player was on the court in that instance. So like, for example, here, Josiah, so far he's been involved defensively in guarding 2 fast breaks. He successfully defended 1 and then unsuccessfully defended another. For traps, he was on offense when the defense ran a trap against them 1 time, and he's actually a really good point guard, and so the team, he has a 100% success rate in working through traps by the defense. And then defensively, he was part of the team when we executed 2 traps, and we did a 100% success rate on those as well. And so successes are an offensive success in a trap or press is if they break the press and make a shot off of that, or if they break the press and enter a half-court offense, or if they force a defensive foul. And then a defensive success is if they force an offensive foul, if they force a steal, if they force a dead ball turnover, or if the team attempts a shot and they miss the shot. That's considered a defensive success. And then defensive and offensive successes are failures on the inverse. So one team's offensive success is another team's defensive failure, and we track all of those on a game level, on a season level in franchise mode, and also on a career level in franchise mode for the players as well. And then down here, points off turnovers are just how many points players score after they make a steal and then score on the next turn. And then outlet passes, the way to look at this, let me find a player who's actually executed an outlet pass. I bet Davis has. Yeah. So the way to look at this is the number of outlet passes they've attempted to instigate a fast break. And then what we do is we have a scoring system to score the quality of their outlet pass. These are scaled on a 0 to 100. And we're kind of working on that scaling a little bit. It's kind of compressing a bit too much in the middle right now. So I think in the future, kind of like Warren's 57, I think might grade out closer to a 70 or a 75. We're going to kind of work with that scale, but that's what this stat represents here. And let me see if anyone else has attempted an outlet pass, because how many fast breaks have they had? Didn't say. Well, actually, we can look back. Josiah offensively was not involved in any. So let's maybe look at Morristown. Maybe look at some of their big guys, because I think they've had multiple fast break instances. Let's find a player who's maybe throwing their outlet passes, and they are not showing up. Strange. Oh, you know what? These fast breaks might be registering as fast breaks off of steals and not via typical fast breaks with an outlet pass. I bet that's exactly what those are tracking. So, okay. Well, without further ado, let's jump back in, and I just want to kind of see the line. So I'm playing as four corners because I figure if we're talking about situational stats, this is the funnest team to kind of force these non-conventional situations. I'm going to bring Roberto in to play power forward because Charles is a little fatigued, and I think we're good. So let's jump in and let's watch this play out. We've also added some improved animation to fast breaks. It's not perfect yet, but I'm going to point out a few things that you'll notice when we get to fast break instances. So there you see that was a player getting back to defend a fast break. And that players get back to receive fast break passes or defend a fast break while the shot is being animated. So you'll notice that when the shot's attempted here. See, like both a player got back to receive the outlet and defend the fast break as well. And again, those are based on your crash the boards versus settings versus guard back on D settings. So there you see they broke the trap, they took a shot attempt and they missed it. So that's going to count as a failure offensively and a success defensively. Here we go. Okay, teams are shooting well this half. You're going to notice too, some of our player movements are still a little buggy. We're fine-tuning our player movements, like right there, that little extra hitching the giddy up on setting up a half-court trap. So there they broke the trap, took a shot attempt, and they scored, so that counts as a successful instance for the offense. I'll call a timeout in a bit so we can take a look at how the stats are updating. I'd like to get a fast break, but teams are not missing shots. So if you kind of look over here, Morristown is shooting 11 for 18 this game. Four corners is 12 of 17. They broke another trap, and they forced a defensive foul, so that's going to be an offensive success. Defensive failure on a trap. So that's another thing, especially with traps and presses. They're special situations. They do come with a lot more variability, a lot more risk. In addition to fatiguing your players and your opponent's players, okay, there was a steal, but they didn't take it all the way in for the basket, so they were able to kind of stop the steal. Traps and presses bring a lot more potential to commit fouls as well, in addition to fatiguing your players. So that's something to consider. Okay, I'm going to maybe let one more turn run. We got a kind of a fun 30-30 game going here. Yeah. Okay, they broke it and they took a shot attempt. So again, we're going to add better shot animations. Like what happened there is he actually didn't just stand there and shoot it. He made like a post move and everything. All of that's coming. And I kind of think player sprites might even be coming. Okay, so that was a defensive stop on a fast break. So that will be counted as at least a defensive success on the fast break because they stopped the instance. So let's take a look and just kind of look at some of these stats. Oh, that's not how to do it. We need to go to the box score. So we'll go to the box score. And look at that. So we just saw Paul Pavelka make that stop on the defensive fast break. And you see he's been involved in one fast break with a 100% success rate. So you don't need to watch this and keep track of this in real time. These stats track all of this for you. And then again, because it's tracked when you play franchise mode and even tournament mode, it's going to track it on a tournament level. You'll be able to start to see trends in your players, and you'll start to get a sense for, okay, which of my players are executing the best in fast breaks, both defensively and offensively. You can see while Paul did a great job defensively on the fast break, he's kind of struggling a bit in traps offensively. So, you know, it's going to be all of these types of like insights. And he's also struggling a little bit defensively in presses and actually not doing that great defensively in traps as well. So let's see if we have any more outlet. We still got Warren with the one outlet pass. I really just kind of want to see a few more outlet passes here. I know they attempted at least one, so let's find the player who threw that for, there it is. So Kwame threw one, it was one, and he scored at a 50. So again, we need to scale these a little bit more. It's all kind of being compressed between like the 20s and 70s or 80s right now. We're going to stretch it out better for the full 100. Okay, let's go back. Let's actually look at the team stats. So again, 2 fast break points, no points off turnovers for 4 corners. And Morristown has 0 and 0. They're just running steady, right? 18 points in the paint. 18 of their 30 points are in the paint. Actually, 18 of their 34. So we're trailing by 4. I like the lineup that we have in place. We have our best player at center now. So I'm going to try something. I'm going to dial up the inside shots. It's such a close game. I want to get the ball in the hands of my best player. And let's leave. I'm actually going to dial these back a little bit because Morristown seems to be handling my traps and presses pretty well. So we're going to get more, but I'm going to dial up the man offense and the aggression a little bit just to play with things now that I'm not going to be gassing my players so much with presses and traps. Okay, we got 3 minutes and 41 seconds left in the second quarter. I'm going to stop this video after the end of the second quarter. Okay, so we scored. Nice. That was Pavelka as well, hitting the little jump shot on the elbow. Okay. We got more aggression going, and we did and then we got a fast break. Oh, and we missed the fast break though. Bummer. Okay. So I don't know if you've been watching these dev diaries, you notice we have a much cleaner fast break animation happening right now. It's not perfect. You're still going to see some instances where a player misses a wide open layup. That's because, again, we don't have the front end perfectly synced to the back end. The back end is built and working amazingly right now. There are some instances where there's actually a defensive player in place guarding the fast break shot. Hence, the player misses the shot, but it's not animating properly on the front end. We're getting it's getting there. One big thing I've been learning is as I've been working with the agentic tools on this, is you got to think and build systems, which we're building versus just like building one-off features. And our fast break system is getting to a pretty good place right now. Okay, so we're down by 2. At some point, okay, great. So we just tied it up. I'm going to force an inside shot with Jeffrey Jackson, who's my best player. Next offensive set we get. I'm going to call that right now, actually. Okay, and they missed the shot, and we got the board. Okay, now let's get it in. We got it inside. We got the play called to Jeffrey inside. We didn't. Okay, well, Pavelka made his own decision. He saw an opportunity, and he went in. So we're up by 2. Let's see if our defense can hold them here as we finish the second quarter. We force them. They got the offensive board and put it in. Okay, let's see if we get I need to work on end of quarter. Yeah, I need to work on end of quarter logic. We didn't get our shot off to end the quarter. Normally we would have. Actually, we did. We didn't animate it. So again, we're winning 40-38. So again, in the whole spirit of the back end's working and I need to get the front end synced, we didn't animate that last shot to end the quarter, but it happened on the back end. So that's going to be there. That's on my debug list. Or not even my debug list. It's not a bug. It's just a feature we haven't put into the animation system yet. So it's a feature add list. Let's take a look. No points off turnovers. I actually think Morristown we tried a few fast breaks too and we missed one. Let's see, did Jackson try the outlet pass? Yeah, and you see Jeffrey Jackson had a 66 outlet, which that's probably going to be closer to an 80, 85. outlet score when we scale the rankings appropriately. So that's it. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. That's just kind of like a little insight into all the detail and nuance that goes into this. I hope you all enjoy geeking out over this stuff as much as I do. I love it. I can't get enough of it. So if you watch the video this far, it'd be great if you could like and subscribe. And then if you want to be on the list of people who will be the first to know when our alpha goes live and to play test it for us a bit, there's a link in the description below, gobalpha.com. That date is coming soon. I don't want to put a date out there yet because I don't want to put dates out there and miss them, but it's coming soon. It's closer than you think. Okay, I hope everyone has a great day, and we will put out another video this weekend, so keep an eye out for it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.